Good morning. It is 8:24. Welcome back to a great day. And you know something, it's always great to get green, Jackie, and go green. And that's exactly what we are going to do this morning with our friends at Metro Waste Authority. Our friend Greta is joining us. Hi, Greta. How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
It's
and you brought a friend with you.
I did. Almost a relative.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right. He's somehow related. My daughter-in-law is his sister-in-law, so it's a family affair.
It's 7 degrees of Greta. So what it is?
That's right. That's right. There's a new game.
Chad and Halfhill is joining us too, but we need to talk about sustainability when it comes to different events. We're going to be talking about that today, correct?
That's exactly right. You know, we even small events can produce a large amount of waste. And of course, at Metro Waste Authority, we want you to be thinking about recycling what you can when you have an event.
Now you're thinking small events. You mean like backyard parties and things like that?
Well, exactly. Or as we get larger, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Arts Festival and some other events. But what we have at Metro Waste Authority are some resources to help you do that. Now, obviously, for a backyard event, you just need to have a receptacle and make sure that your guests put the recyclable items in the receptacle.
Goes where.
Right, and then you can just put it in your Curbit cart. You know, really the size of the event is going to determine what you need to do, whether you can do it yourself or whether you need to hire it out. And when you're going to do it yourself, we have resources to help you. Metro Waste Authority has recycling stands available for, actually you can get them for free. We do require a deposit.
Really?
And I think we might have a graphic of that, but if not, that's okay. They're nice metal recycling stands. Hey, there it is. There it is. And we provide those. We have like up to 200 of those, so you could use them. In fact, I saw them at the 8035 this weekend, so they used them for that event. And the size of the event, of course, is what you need to understand. You can get those, and we also have the garbage things that you can purchase too. We hope that you're going to use the recycling bins a little bit more than the garbage containers, but we know some things have to.
Now, how do people go about getting these things?
Well, I'm glad that you asked that. You can, as usual, go to whereitshouldgo.com under resources.
That's the easiest thing in the world, where it should go.
Whereitshouldgo.com under resources, and we have those available for you to reserve. We ask that you reserve them because, like, for instance, this weekend they were, I'm sure, all out for the 8035. And as long as they all come back and in good shape, it's free of charge. So
that's a great deal.
As I say, Chad, why is it important for people to think about this when they're having an event?
Well, it helps divide the waste stream. It helps keep one of the mandates the landfills have is to keep waste from the landfill. So you reduce waste. You reduce it by recycling. You reduce it by composting, and I was going to pick up on the idea of these recycling stations that you have that are for borrow. I guess that would be.
That's a good
The loaners,
yeah.
But I mean, they're great for small events and they're great for medium-sized events. I mean, they go good for 8035, and we've used them for small events before. I mean, prior to the Arts Festival, I ran another event that used them, and then we handled the hauling, which is another critical component of how do you divide the waste up. So if you're doing something at your own house, you might have a second bin, but you may be able to just borrow one or two of these and have an event. And it helps to ensure that our locale, our region, manages its waste effectively.
Now, if somebody has an event coming up, is your company the one they would call to help organize all this?
No.
No?
No, I have a whole nother focus. You would call an organization like Recycle Me Iowa, which that's what they specialize in. So if I were running an event and I didn't want to either create a volunteer base, so I help organize events as a volunteer, but I'm not. My company's not set up for that. You know,
not that particular aspect of it.
Yeah, I deal with waste in another way because I'm a contractor, so I have to manage waste there. But we're really talking about events, and so as a volunteer, I work with the Arts Festival. I used to run an event years ago called the Natural Living Expo, and that was about a 4,000 person event. And so in that case, we divided waste up by compost, by recyclable, and by trash. And then we would sort that out at the end of the event and take it to the right location. but it's a lot of work. For an
It is a
event
lot of
planner,
work.
I would rather hire somebody to do it if I had the capacity to build that into my budget, but that's an important part because it takes a lot of work. Or you build a volunteer crew, a committee of people that are interested in volunteering. So if it's a smaller event, you might look at 1 to 15 volunteers. The Arts Festival has 300 to 400 volunteers that they need to run just the trash and manage that.
That's just the trash.
That's just the
Wow.
there's
But it was pretty
1,200
slick.
volunteers.
It was pretty
but it's-
slick. The
yeah.
setup for trash and recyclables at the Arts Festival was pretty slick. In case you missed it, Eric, if you go to the surface, we have what it looks like. And these were set up everywhere. It seems like every not even half a block, you found these things, which were really neat. But we just zoomed in on them here, and it spells it out in case you can't figure out what goes where. It doesn't leave any questions as to what
Well, and there's
goes in.
usually a volunteer standing there as well, saying if you needed help.
Correct.
figuring it out.
That's part of the goal is to have that volunteer there because we're starting to change the mindset of the community. It takes an awareness to know what is a compostable item. You know, so on the festival side, we have to help purchase cups, napkins, forks, all that needs to be compostable to begin with. So on the front end, we plan the product that can be compostable or composted, and then we have to help people know what to do. If you don't know that you're going to put it, you're going to put it in trash. And so then the idea is to help teach people what goes in what section, and the intent is that we start to educate the consumer to make those changes.
I was going to say, it's about thinking ahead, it's about educating people, but it's to save our planet, basically, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And back to if you are going to manage it yourself, the numbers are pretty specific. We have that as well on our website. We estimate that if you are going to manage the event yourself, you need about 15 volunteers per 1,000 people. And if you do the math, I think probably you see that that's what Chadden's group had. And once again, you have to think about you are going to be responsible then for taking care of getting those recyclables where they need to be. We have a couple of places. There are a couple of Metro recycling drop-offs that are available. One is at 1817 Euclid. That facility is open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. It's where the old Target used to be down by the river. And then also International Paper has a drop-off, and that's at 2800 Dixon. That's open 24/7. So after your event, you can gather up your recyclables and take them to those areas, because it's often something that people don't think about when they've got an
Now, is there a
event.
charge
So
for dropping stuff off at
Nope.
these locations? Okay.
not a charge, not
That's
a charge.
great.
And you can also self-haul them out to the landfill. We do have recycling. You know, we've talked about that here before. Last chance recycling before you go dump it in the landfill. So
That's awesome.
Some
Yeah.
options to think about if you're getting ready to throw a small or a big party.
that's
But,
exactly
but
right.
for any questions, easiest website in the world is?
WhereItShouldGo.com.
That's perfect. Wonderful. Metro Waste Authority. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Good
nice
to
see you.
you
Thank you.
too.
It is 8:32. We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day.